Hello comic book fans, here's Earl Grey, and today I want to talk about these two beauties. No pun intended, but they are really beautiful books. And it's all in these covers, the whole premise. You got Ed Brubaker in the writing, Sean Phillips in the drawing, the Dream Team. You already know and love from Criminal and Sleeper and whatnot, and the current Fade Out run. And you have these femme fatale. This is Joe, and I think this is another woman, because there's not just Joe. And you have this tentacle thing going on, Cthulhu, whatever you pronounce, however you pronounce it. H.P. Lovecraftian thing. The second hardcover deluxe trade is a bit thicker than the first one, because this one collects 3 of the 5 softcover trades. And this, logically, the first two of them. Overall, it was a 24-issue arc. In the center of the story, there is this woman, Jo, which has this enormous sex appeal on all the men want her, even though sometimes she doesn't want them. So she has this powers over them that she can do. She can say everything to them and they do what she wants them to do. So this guy who tried to rape her gets his punishment as how do you say it? ASAP? Okay. And now go die, and that's exactly what he does. Here he goes straight to the toilet and drowns himself. Yeah. And then she feels sorry for what she has done, and this is something I actually don't really understand. Because she always causing this bloodshed. There's killing and a good amount of drama caused by her sexiness, and so. And just take this part where she dances. And for a music video in the Seattle grunge era, that's where this part of the story takes place. And soon there's sex, which is nothing wrong with it, but after that it gets bloody all over. And you can say, just because of her, drama all over. And what I don't get is that she doesn't even try to cut off her hair or reduce her makeup or don't look too sexy, and so I don't want to say that women are the reason. If someone wants to rape them, that would be silly or stupid. But if you causing pain in this bad way, like she always does in the end, I found it a bit strange why she always goes out in this way and tries to reduce her sexiness because there are periods in her life where she lives in separation from the world, and she avoids men and tries to find her peace, and so, but yeah. So, and another thing is that's getting repetitive in the end of these books here is the Cthulhu thing. There's one point in the story where you have enough of tentacles and stuff like that, because the overall story is a bit... it lost me at one point a bit for a Brubaker and Sean Phillips story. Yeah, you don't have to misunderstand me. It's still a very good and crazy horror story, but with Brubaker and Phillips, my expectations are really, really high, and the end didn't have matched them, my expectations, so to speak. So, and yeah, I can't do a review of these books without talking about the amazing colors you see here. And as the first trade was done by Mr. Dave Stewart of Hellboy and Whatnot fame, we have here, not Dave Stewart, the coloring, but Elizabeth Dismang Breitweiser, this lady here, who took coloring duties from Dave Stewart. And this is Sean Phillips, of course, and Mr. Brubaker. This is from the first, this is a panel from the first hardcover, so it's colored by Dave Stewart. But you can really see how beautiful the drawing and the coloring blends into each other. The drawing adding to the coloring and the other way around. Beautiful and moody, and Stewart and Breitweiser really adding this moodiness to the Sean Phillips art, and which fits so enormously well to the story. And in the beginning and right into the second hardcover trade, I had the feeling that this could be almost as good as The Criminal, or Criminal from Stewart and from Sean Phillips and Brubaker, but the end wasn't so satisfying. So the overall story lacks a bit. It's more about the effects and the goriness in each chapter, and some parts of the story are extraordinary, but yeah, story-wise, it's not everything fits into each other. But you have, yeah, panel sequences right for eternity. Just look at here one of Joe's victims, so to speak. He dies in this pool, and Joe comes along, and we can see her in this strange perspective, as it was filmed out of the pool water. I think Billy Wilder did this sort of perspective in one of his movies, doesn't he? At least it was one movie where the dead man tells the story and you see the dead man in the beginning, but maybe it wasn't Out of the Water. But you see here, Joe is a bit shocked that someone died for her, but she is used to this situation in a way, and then she just goes away. And these 3 panels without a word, they are telling really the whole drama about this woman here. And there are nice hints, a bit maybe on the nose, if you ask me, but this guy here, who has a strange relationship with his mother, lives in this strangely familiar house. Yeah, and here is something I have never seen from Sean Phillips before, because he loosens up the rigid grid of the panels, and we got a bit cosmic sex in the end. Maybe that was a problem, or Brubaker and Phillips felt the problem that the story treads a bit water, and they maybe want to pinpoint the not to say orgasm of the story, but to lead the plot to a conclusion of any sort, and so they did this cosmic sex thing with this loose grid. Looks quite amazing, I must say now, but when you read the story, you're not used to this. It's a bit surprising, to say the least, especially with a conservative artist like Sean Phillips doing these almost heavy metal art, as in heavy metal, as in the magazine Heavy Metal, of course. Yeah. So that's really something extra here. And speaking of extra, we got in the back of the second hardcover, as in the first trade, we have the covers, which are artworks, really artworks for themselves, and some text essays and bonus art and stuff like that. Drawings, obviously. Sean Phillips works with the computer too, but you've got all pencil drawings, quite impressive art. So overall, my expectations for the story were sky high, and they weren't totally satisfied, but it's still a really great horror noir book, and especially for fans from Brubaker and Phillips, it's a no-brainer. I think the first 4 of the 5 parts were extraordinary. It just felt a bit flat in the end, but that's surely just my opinion, and If it would be just for the eye candy of it, it's still a nice book, and the story, yeah. Okay, I could flip back and forth a lot in this book, but I think I've said what I wanted to say. So, thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.